Hey guys, how you doing? To start in the most direct way possible, I love pirate games. I played just about anything that's vaguely pirate themed, no matter how crappy it may look. And that's for one good reason, an undeniable fact. Out of all pieces of culture that have ever been turned to fiction, the golden age of piracy, and consequently pirates in general, are the coolest ones by far. Why would you want to be a cowboy or Viking, when you can be a terrifying lord of the seas searching for gold across the world? Why be a samurai or a wizard, when you can raid towns in the Caribbean while being chased by a British armada? Search ancient maps that lead to untold riches lost long ago, while chanting songs with you fellow pirates.
I thought I heard the old man say, "Leave her, Johnny, leave her."
So, like any sensible fanboy, I decided to rank my top 5 best pirate video games. And this is all my opinion, so don't get mad about it, okay? Pillars of Eternity 2, Dead Fire is a role-playing masterpiece that improves and dares a lot compared to Part 1 without losing the old-school charm. I don't play RPGs as much as I used to, but I still think it is as close to the perfect RPG as one can get. The fantastic setting, grand story, exceptional writing and voice acting, engaging combat all coalesce into an exemplar of its kind. Even though the static, painted overworld of the first Pillars, it is instead replaced by an atmospheric open ocean map upon which you sail your customizable ship freely from island to island and quest to quest. You might have been surprised in me including it in a list like this since the pirates part isn't even its main focus, but it's such a fun and immersive experience that it's better than most recent games of this genre. So for me, number 5 is well deserved. Alright, calm down and hold your horses. I know Sea of Thieves has suffered a lot in recent times, especially last year, but I don't think saying it's overrated and calling it a day is fair. Back in the ancient year of 2018, Rare released this banger that hit everywhere, mostly because of its excellent online multiplayer and the player being able to create their own story in an amazing open world. At the time Rare wasn't the trash it is today, even though its prime had already passed, that being the Nintendo 64 era, it was still capable of making Sea of Thieves a memorable experience. But the game's potential has unfortunately plummeted. One of the reasons is the enormous amount of players abandoning the game right now, that is usually caused because they start to feel it is repetitive after a while and becomes uninteresting, which is very unfortunate. Maybe I'm just biased since I used to play this all the time with my friends, but I think number 4 is completely fair. Risen 2, Dark Waters. With an all-new based pirate theme in comparison to its predecessor, it is a third-person RPG set in a dark and gritty universe, very fitting for Piranha Bytes, the creators of Gothic. Set 7 years after the end of Risen 1, which I have unfortunately never played, it shows a fantastic reality in which monsters from the depths of the ocean have invaded our land to kill us all. Fun for the whole family. Our hero, who recently entered the infamous Catholic Inquisition, is sent out to eliminate these monsters. This sets a very compelling and addictive plot that only makes you want to keep progress. One of its most immersive features is the interactive environment with a full day/night cycle that influences countless aspects of the gameplay. This element I think should be included in more modern-day RPGs. I think it's kinda underground, since none of my friends even knew what Piranha Bytes was, and super underrated in my opinion. That's why it landed on the number 3 spot. Who could forget Sid Meier's Pirates? One of the, if not the most complete pirate game experience that represents almost perfectly what being a pirate was and what it meant. I, like many fans of this game, haven't played the original version, but instead the remake from 2004. The majority of the game is spent sailing the Caribbean islands, like many other games of the genre, but more specifically colonies, cities, and pirates' havens, along with others. But unlike any other RPG pirate game, the gameplay is all set around the various activities and learn pirate skills through the many mini-games the game offers, my personal favorite being fencing. It's just so stylish to play. Everything is so customizable, you can even pick your nation at the beginning. All of this, and the fact that you can date the governor's daughter, LOL, solidifies this masterpiece in second place. But why second, you might ask? Well, because there is one game that despite everything, manages to outshine everyone else. Obviously, AC Black Flag is superior to the rest. This game was released by Ubisoft 2013, and is an amazing experience. I mean, you play as an assassin and pirate, like come on. No wonder Edward is so badass. And I have even seen many opinions saying that Black Flag is a great pirate game but not a great Assassin's Creed game, and I get that, since the gameplay in Assassin's Creed games is really focused on urban exploration, and in Black Flag you sail the seas. In this manner, the three main places you explore are the cities of Havana, Cuba, Kingston, Jamaica and Nassau, Bahamas. But there are still many more locations to traverse, like caves filled with outlaws, rich tobacco plantations, desert islands, Mayan ruins, and traditional AC forts. And apart from exploring the land, underwater exploration is also possible. Edward is able to survey submerged wreckage filled with abandoned treasure in the depths of the ocean. And in true pirate fashion, you can use a spyglass to spot distant ships and capture them and steal their riches. Love that they include one of the best AC features in this game, especially because that feature is inserting famous historical figures from that time and place. So in this game, we can interact with Stede Bonnet, Bartholomew Roberts, Calico Jack and freaking Blackbeard. It's funny that to this day, this game still gets compared to new pirate games, including another Ubisoft original, Skull and Bones, which isn't even close despite being realistic a whole generation after. This just proves how much ahead of its time Black Flag was and why it kept the #1 spot in my heart. Well guys, I guess this is it for today's video, and I'll see you in the next one, bye.
Alright lads, I'll give you Blackbeard's honest opinion. You ask me, can this new captain promise you a life of prizes, plunder, and adventure? Aye. For amongst all the gentlemen of fortune sailing these West Indies, he ranks amongst the most clever. There was a time when I thought myself the deadliest scourge of these seas. But this man is a fearsome dog that feeds off trouble and turmoil. I seen him clear the deck of a Spanish galleon like it were nothing. Fighting like a devil, dressed as a man. And he's a canny one. Knows his way round every crag and crevice of these islands. So if it's fortune and adventure you seek, then Captain Edward Kenway's your man. Only, don't meddle in his private affairs. For there's more mystery to that man than even I dare ask.